this is what we got today. It's a big one. Are you sure you can handle this? Okay?
Yeah. I gotta get 50 more.
No, that's
I thought it was 1850.
easy money.
Easy money.
Hey Mitch, look at the camera and say easy money.
Easy money.
You ready?
Yes.
Check out the new hood on my pump. Come up here, ladybug. Look, we got a brand new hood and we painted it. Look at that. Pump's looking brand new again. Right? Yeah. Woo! We're ready. We got a big one today. Then we got a beach day. The best in the West rig. Today, we got an easy money cable on. Up and grab it. Grab it. Pull the hose out. Today I got my kids with me and we're going to the beach after. We should be here about 20 minutes. Right when the truck gets here. Man, there's so much shit in this truck. Oh, check out the pump. I got a brand new pump. Muffin, roll the hose out. Come on, bro. Roll it out. You said you were like, bam, bam. We are going to the beach.
Yeah, but then she turned it on me, started recording immediately, bruh.
3/4. This might be the easiest job I've ever done.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me get some clamps. This is around noon. We'll be behind the computer by 12 probably. I'm actually going to film down there today. They're going to see my... Give me that clamp, McFly, right there. McFly, give me the clamp. Jesus. Right here, the clamp. Are you okay? I know you. So Anthony here from West Coast. Thanks for tuning in. This is about the easiest job you could ever do in the world. And I pump a lot of these jobs and I don't post them because it's customer based. I don't want them to be confused. Like, is this guy pump or what does he do? So I usually put up my jobs and where they can see start to finish with a narration. But I put some of these up for different reasons because I'm going to go over all of that. And like the thumbnail said, how to make 1,000 in 20 minutes. I'm going to show you how I do it, explain it, the pricing, the way I go about it. I'm not afraid to tell what I charge or what I pay for something. Because when I come on here, I want to be transparent. I'm not trying to blow smoke or nothing. But a job like this, what I did was the contractor called me. It was all set up. He wanted me to order the concrete. He wanted me to pump it. And he wanted me to bring one of my finishers. So I told him $1,950, pay the concrete, pay the finisher. There's about 1,050 left. It took me about 20 minutes to pump it. I got both my daughters, Muffin and Ladybug, with me today. My oldest daughter, Sydney's filming it. And after this, we just go to the beach. It's a cakewalk. That's why I encourage people to start their own business. It's not a gamble because you just have to believe in yourself and not listen to other people. And if you do it and you don't make it, you have experience from it. And the next time in life you get a shot at a business or something, you'll have experience. Like, I'll tell you a story. When I started, I don't know, people who know me and watched me long enough know, I started the first 20 videos I did, I was homeless. All right, I lived in a field. Prior to that, I had a huge operation. I had about 30 or 40 guys. I did hospitals, parks, and I grew it into this with no experience. So when the recession hit me and I bombed out, I didn't look at it negatively because it was like a spiritual awakening or something, because I was so miserable from all that equipment, all these guys I had. I never had time for my family, my kids. And then a recession hit and took it anyway, so I lost all that time that I couldn't make back. So I looked at it as, at least this time, I have experience to make a comeback, and I have a little bit of equipment left that's better than what I started with. So I looked at it as a positive thing, and I was just waiting for the economy to pick back up, and that's when I started the YouTube. So if you start on your own, it's not really a gamble. It's a calculated risk, because if you make it, you make it. I started with no experience, and look, I blew it up. So you don't ever listen to anyone. And I came full circle, and I hit went back to from where I started. So I started from ground zero. I had all kinds of equipment, a house with a pool on the Newport Back Bay. I lost all that stuff, but it was just stuff, because people think YouTube and social media is really, I would say, misleading, because there's so many phony people on here, or people don't know what successful is. I don't know the definition. I think everybody has their own definition for what's successful. whatever you want to be and you're happy, you're successful. You want to be a worker and you're happy, then you're successful. Material things, not so much. I don't really desire it. I have simple desires and stuff, hanging with my kids, going to the beach, doing this stuff as I want to. So to me, it's successful. If some other people look at me and say, oh, he doesn't have a new Platinum, or this guy has dump trucks, then, whatever you desire, then he's successful and I'm not. But whatever you think is successful, what's your definition of it? That's how I look at it, But I don't desire material things. I read like Solomon, the book of Proverbs, talks about what a waste it is, and then you read Ecclesiastes after, and he explains after he had the whole world and all these concubines and 1,000 wives and stuff, and it was just material stuff that'll rot and go away. The best things in life are free, like bike riding, doing stuff you enjoy to do, being outside, just feeling free and working when you want. But what I did here is what I'm explaining is each week or month I'm different. I wear a different hat. One month I'm a pumping contractor and I'm pumping all the time. The next month I may be demoing and I'm a demo contractor all the time. I switched around, and then I bid my own jobs, and when they come in, then I'm a concrete contractor. So there's so many different aspects. You don't have to be in one trade and pigeonhole yourself with like you're just a finisher, or you're just a pumper, or you're just this or that, unless that's what you desire. But you can manifest it into 3 or 4 different things and chop it up and make thousands off each way of doing it with way less time put into it. Because when I'm contracting, I got to get the material, I got to line the guys, I got to order the mud. I'm responsible for it all. And when I'm pumping, I just pump it. Whatever happens to it, happens to it. It's not nothing to do with me. When I demo it, it's black and white. I'll charge, say, $750 a load, $850 a load, whatever, and I'll demo 3 loads, 3 times $850. You know what I mean? And that's what I made minus some fuel and a couple dump fees. So you can make a lot more money by doing different things, but if you diversify yourself, there's different ways to chop it up and skin it, You don't try and pigeonhole yourself. Your ultimate goal should be to be fully diversified in every aspect of it. And you could stay busier that way, and a lot more opportunities come in. You could be sitting kind of flatline slow on your contracting with bids out and nothing calling, and some guy wants you to demo 5,000 feet or whatever, and you just made 15 grand minimum. So that's what I'm saying. There's different ways to do it. That's how I made 1,050, and it took me about 15, 20 minutes to pump this yard and wash it out. I'm responsible for the mud. I'm responsible for the finish, which is fine because that's what I do on my own jobs anyway. So when people sub stuff to me and I give them a price, I just figure out what I want to make per day. And I'm like generally on my jobs 2,000 to 3,000 a day I make, at least 3, and sometimes it goes up to 5. Depends what I'm doing, how big the job is, how intricate, how much time I have to be there, how much risk you're taking. I put all that into account, and that's what you got to do. But if you're watching people videos and stuff on here, and you're gauging success by what they have or what truck they're driving, I think you're off track. I don't think it's the way to go. Everyone's definition is different. Everyone would pick a different girl. Not everyone's gonna like the same girl or the same car. And it's the same thing with success. There's too much going on that everyone thinks that success comes from material things, and it's so much deeper than that. That's the problem with it. So just take that into account. And like what you do, and if you love what you do, it's not really work. I hit the beach a lot. I go bike riding. Like my prized possession of all the stuff I have is electric bike. So simple. I go riding up and down the beach, the riverbed, the back bay. Every day I'm on it. Jump in, take a swim. To me, that's my definition of successful. Doing what I want to do, being independent, taking care of my family, their needs, paying all their bills, and that's what I do. And this gives me the opportunity, what I do, and the way I do it with the equipment I have, to be able to live like that. To me, that's successful. So in my eyes, I'm successful. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not looking to create a nightmare. When I had all those dump trucks and pumps, and I had the 40 employees, I did high-end restaurants, churches, parks. I did the Big Bear Zoo. I did all kinds of big stuff, and it was the most miserable I've ever been in my life. But if you would have looked on the outside looking in, you would have thought, this guy's making $1 million a year. He's successful. Maybe, but I literally wanted to hang myself. I hated it, personally. But it's an individual choice, whatever you want to do. If you want to take that kind of load on, I'm not the kind of guy that's good at paperwork. I've explained it before, I'm dyslexic. So reading and writing and all that stuff for me is not that easy. I don't look forward to doing it. I don't even want to think about it, you know. So I'm better at getting the jobs, selling the jobs, lining everything up. I can do it blindfolded. I don't write anything down. They just tell me the address over the phone or whatever, text it to me, and I'm over there. I go through the job, measure everything. I look at everything on it, all the ins and outs, and I'll spit them a price right there, you know. That's how I like to run it. I don't say, oh, I'll call you later or whatever. It's general math. It's 6th grade math, width times length. Divide by 81, how many yards you got, or 80, however you want to do it. And come up with a price. You can price the mud. It's about $1,850 a load out here. So you can calculate it real quick. 3 guys, how much per day are they? Take us 2 days to set it up. It's not very hard to bid jobs. So probably what the best thing I am at is gauging jobs and pricing them. I never lose, and that's a gift that you learn. I've never lost, even when I started, because I had asked so many other contractors when I was pumping about how to go about it and how much they were charging, so I already knew. And that's one of the main things, because the labor is hard to control. The material you can figure out, but if you go 3 more days with labor and it costs you, you know, $2,500, $3,000, that's going to take a dent. Okay, now McFly's going to unclamp all these clamps. Now unclamp them.
Do it now?
Yes, right now. Okay, I'll be right back. You keep working on it.
Yeah. Come on, McFly, you got this.
Oh.
Good job.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one?
Yes.
Keep going, McFly. Oh my God. That's amazing. Keep going, dude. There's more clamps. We're not playing games. Look at this guy. He's amazing.
Wow, he's so strong.
We found it.
Easy.
Easy money.
Exactly.
It's easy.
I know, in 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, Anthony made $1,000. And that's mainly my genre. Is what I'm really good at is bidding jobs. Like, I have a lot of concrete guys call me and say, hey, what would you charge for this many feet, stamp, this, that? And I'll tell them the price, and they're like, really? How do you figure it out that quick? And to me, it doesn't seem very hard. Like, if you got a retaining wall 6 foot high, that's about 1,500 a linear foot. You got times 60 feet or whatever they got. I mean, it's literally general math. You guys can figure it out and not be so worried about it. You just got to be confident and don't listen to other people telling you can't do anything or how to do it. Take it with a grain of salt, and little by little, your instinct will be better than advice from some people, except people you trust. But like I said, when I started this channel, I lived in a field. Nobody knew it, but I'm not going to be a burden to anyone and say, hey, can I stay on your couch? I'm not that kind of guy, you know. Most of the people didn't even know that I was living in that field. I'm not going to go around announcing it, but every great person and everyone who's gone through hardship, you know, you just embrace it and you just figure out how to get by it. You don't welcome it, but if you're going to be, you know, a really well-schooled, distinguished person, you're going to go through hell. At least I did anyway, you know, but I was adopted. I didn't have a biological mom or father. I know my ethnicity. I know who they are, but I never lived with them. I was never close to them. But I know where I came from. I know who they were or are and stuff. But, you know, so when I was down and out, I didn't look for any help. The only person, don't look around you. The only person that can help you is yourself. That's a fact. When you smile, the whole world will smile with you. And when you're sad alone. So don't be sad. Just get a game plan of how you're going to go about it and what you're going to do. Because there's a way around all of it to get out of it and fix the problem. I had more problems than, you know, what I'm leading on to, what I'm telling you. I'm just telling, I mean, being in a field is quite an issue, but I had other problems than that, you know. But you just figure out your virtues and what you're good at, and you can make money doing this. And the main thing of it is freedom. You're not a slave to anything. I'm not working for anyone. I've never worked for anyone in my life. I'm completely self-taught at everything I do. Selling, I never saw anyone sell. I just asked people how to bid it, what they charge, and I paid attention. Because when you're talking business and money, I'm glued on you, you know, and I'm weighing out what you're saying, if it makes sense. And I had a lot of high-end customers, that contractors that were multimillionaires that I pumped and demoed for years. I became pretty good friends with them, so I could call them and ask them every question, and they had no problem telling me. I wasn't a threat or nothing to them. So I pass it on, and I give anyone here who watches me information. And my channel is the most educational about real prices, really what I charge, really how much I pay for equipment, what I make. I'm not buying stuff at a dealership and blotching out what I paid and how, if I'm going to video at a dealership or show you what I'm buying, I'll show you what I paid for it. Or I won't put it on here. It's basically an open book, because why wouldn't you want to help people? The only way to be successful is change who you are and help people. That's the way to be successful. You will truly be successful by helping other people. That's the best advice I could give. Don't worry about what you get out of it. Just help them to help them if they're worthy of it. I'm not talking about helping some tweaker or something or alcoholic. A guy who's worthy of it. A family man, a young guy who's trying it out, There's a kid on here who I talked to on the phone who probably had a harder hardship than me. His name's D. Romeo. Check him out on Instagram and TikTok. He's the coolest kid. He does music and he's a pumper. I'm going to bring him out on the next couple jobs I do and have him bring his pump. You guys will see him. I'll talk about his story and him a little bit. There's a joint. We're getting close here. That's 2%. When you got 1 yard in it and you look in the drum and the meter doesn't read the slump right and you really can't see it all the way in the back, and then when you pull it forward, you either get it way too stiff and it won't go in the pump or too wet. And this was a little wet, but I threw 2% in it because with 1 yard, some of the worst plugs I've ever had was on 1 yard. Because I said, make it a 5.5, and the crap was like a 3, because you can't get the slump right and you can't see it. And when you haven't pulled the drum forward and you're in the back looking in, you really can't see it. You flow over the fins. Because I look in the drum and I watch the way it flows over the fins. So shout out to D. Romeo there. Brother, I'll be talking to you and I'll bring you out. I don't usually give shout outs. I should, because there's people really worthy of it. And those are the kind of people I like helping. I have no problem. Because when I was down and out, when I was successful, I had all kinds of people around me. You watch them scatter when you bomb out. And it's just a fact of life. There'll be one or two good people in your life, and you should probably cherish that more than all the gold in the world. Because I know everybody around. I know so many people just from the way I am, and I'm all over the place on my bike and at the beach and all over them, the jobs, one to another. So I know a lot of people out here, and there's like probably one or two when I bottomed out, but I wasn't looking for anybody to help me out. I've had drug and alcohol problems prior to, prescription pills. I smoked pot day and night, but that was your downfall. If you're sober and you're down and out, and a door cracks, you can break it open. But if you're jacked up, it's gonna hinder you, because people can sense it and they don't really want you out there doing the job, But these are just the facts of life and what you got to watch out for. But you can do it. I can guarantee you that. And you can make $1,000 a day doing these. You can make $1,500, $2,500 with a little Bobcat and a dump trailer. And then you come out with confidence once you get good and just say the price. And sometimes when you're not getting work, you got to pay the bills. You got to do what you got to do. But when you book out and you're booked out for months like I would do, I would just tell them straight up, I'm booked. And I had other Bobcat guys and pumpers who would back my jobs up. I would send them to them and I would keep the customer. Because when it comes back around, you don't want to lose anyone, because you might think you're the shit at that point and you're booked, and then things slow down. Well, that guy will call you back, so you don't want to blow him off. You don't want to ever burn any bridges. There's people that you'll never work for again, but you don't show them your card. You just say, yeah, man, give me a call and go on your way, and then you just don't answer the phone again. They get the drift. I've had people like that. Everyone's going to in construction, But you need to change your behavior and help people, and it'll bless you. You'll have a successful business. And you get jobs like this all day long. For $1,050 for 20 minutes, I was at the beach with my girls by 11:30 noon. We just had to stay to film it. Of course, it's plush, perfect. Shout out to Stanley and Mitch who gave me the job. These guys are cool as hell. They're local HB guys. Hopefully we work again together. I did that last patio with them too, plus this one. So I'm saying just build bridges with other contractors. I generally don't work for general contractors or builders, especially builders, never. They got a budget on it. They've already priced the concrete. It's low ball. You know, those guys will complain and come up. You can conjure anything up and nitpick anything and say, I'm not paying you because of this or that. And that's how they are. And I'm not going to deal with it. There's collateral stuff. Nothing's perfect. Even with West Coast doing it. You know, I don't know if I mentioned in this one that West Coast is laying it down, does some beautiful work. Go through my Rolodex on my videos and check out the bench and the stairs, J-ditch, diamond grooves. There's tons of really cool stuff on there. You'll see I'm backing up everything I'm saying. And this is some of these ones to trowel and get it like beautified is in these tight areas is kind of weird with a big old trowel, you know. But he did it perfect. It came out really nice. There's the lady of the house. She was putting her husband and her initials name in it. She's a really nice lady. Perfect timing. Put it in there. It'll be in stone forever. But that's my philosophies and my ideologies on stuff I believe and what I think, you know. A lot of people want to judge you and you come on social media and they have no idea who you are. If they walked in your shoes. Here's my day after work. I'm on Main Street cruising around. You'll see how beautiful what paradise looks like. This is where I'm at every day. This is about 5 minutes from my house. I usually ride my electric bike here and I zip around to Newport, eat lunch, get a coffee. I'm with my girls today. There's little Muffin, my little one. Sydney's filming Ladybug, my oldest one. Here we are. We were on Main Street, walking up Main Street, and it goes right into the pier. And then you can go north or south on the bike trail. If you go south, you go to Newport, Corona del Mar, Laguna, right? Bolsa Chica, Sunset Beach, Seal Beach, and then you're in Long Beach. This place is so awesome. You have no idea. It's like 76 with an ocean breeze. It's like air conditioned. It's unreal. Water's really nice. I like Newport Beach better, is my style, but I live in Huntington. See, everyone's got electric bikes. Mine does about 30, and it's got a 60-mile range. They have bands right there, and the big OP Pro Surf Contest is right here at the pier on the south side. Here's the pier here. I was getting you guys a look at the beach. It wasn't breaking too good, but I'll show you some waves and stuff coming up here. Pouring concrete and going to the beach. Come on down. This is a Friday at noon. See, that's the south side. It's flat. North side is a little bit better. When they have the Pro Surf Contest, it's on the north. They're catching some little waves here. What do you guys think of this? That's beautiful, huh? Can't see Catalina because the haze. Oh, I guess you could in the back. Catalina is about 26 miles away. Really cool island. Thank you very much. Everyone have a nice 4th of July. Stay safe.